Hello, welcome to Valadar Plays CK3. I'm really excited. This is our new Let's Play. It is going to be on the latest versions of CK3 just came out, which is Roads to Power, just released. This is October 11th, 2024, time of recording. So if you're watching this way in the future, then Roads to Power is old hat. But for us, it's brand new. That does mean that AGOT has already updated for the Roads to Power. I have tried to do some of the unlanded play. I don't think it's quite ready yet for a Let's Play. There was a release actually this morning, I think, or yesterday, maybe October 10th, anyway, that fixed some more stuff with unlanded play in AGOT, but I still find it kind of limiting, quite a few bugs. I wasn't able to take things like the the contracts for factions and things like that. They would just like, it would like kill the faction. So I don't think that's quite ready yet, but that's okay. Others are doing that and I will do it later. But we are doing something in the vein of Landless Play, so I'm still excited about it. Something to do with dragons, which is nice. But before we get into that, a lot of times people ask me, hey, how can we support you? How can we, keep you going? And thankfully there is a very easy way that actually gives you something in return, and that is to, well, buy one of my books. So this is one of my books. It is called My Neighbor the Werewolf. It's on Amazon. I will link the description or the link to my author page. It has both this book, My Neighbor the Werewolf, great for October. This is in the vein of like the old Goosebumps book, so it's written for to be accessible for children 10 to 18, so younger kids can read it, but also adults should like it as well as a fun read. And it is scary, but again, it's more like the old Goosebumps book. So creepy, not violent, gory necessarily, like, that like an adult book would be. So it is accessible, good fun read, and I always try to keep everything, as you can see on the right here, reasonably priced. So yeah, if you are interested in supporting me, go check that out, especially for the month of October, but really it's a fun read anytime. And also check out my full-length sci-fi novel, Jet, which you can find there as well. And I'm actually writing other stuff, so I have new books coming out relatively soon, probably in early 2025. So yeah, this is the best way to support me and to keep me going. Thanks. But yeah, with that said, let's get back to the game. So our character is Ulric Snow of House Dormund of the Grey Cliffs. So let's look at Ulric for a second. You can see it highlighting up here where he lives, but let's get into who he is. So Ulric is the older son of Lord William Dormund, who's 56. So he's only 16 years older, and his mother is Barbara, who is a low-born Westerosi Valyrian, and she is 51, so 11. So when they were children, the ages are a little goofy, but this isn't real world. This is Game of Thrones ages, so keep that in mind. They had a child when they were children. As happens, go look at the ages of the characters in the Game of Thrones books, which is much creepier than that of the show. So let's just keep that in mind of the ages of the book characters. So this does fit, though. I had to find a character that fit. But anyway, she was let's just say she was 13. Let's ignore ages a little bit. So she was 13. He was 16. Still not appropriate in today's world, but again, Game of Thrones. So we're just going to go with it. Sorry, world. All right. So this was a tryst, and he was born out of wedlock. He was, even though his father is a smaller, very small man, and so is his brother, because of kind of the mixture of the Valyrian blood, he came out different. He came out as a giant and as a strong, very big, strong child, but because he was a bastard, he was disinherited. He was not allowed, especially because his brother was born 4 years after him, and was named the heir. And then his mother has another son, Silver Dennis, who is also a pretty good warrior as well, right? So this kind of runs in the family. He knew that, so once his brother was born at a very young age, around 10, 11, 12 years old, he ran away from home and traveled to first Bravos and then down the countryside as a sellsword. And eventually, over time, made his way to a mercenary group, fought all over. You know, there's a lot of wars going on in the Three Daughters in this timeline. This is the earliest start date. And yeah, he was a very experienced warrior. And with these wars going on in the east, they finally traveled further and further in the Three Daughters, right, towards more Karth and the area of Slaver's Bay. He actually made it to Slaver's Bay. And then on his way back, there was an expedition to Old Valyria that he took part in. And while most of it, almost the entire mercenary group was wiped out, but he did make it away, and they were actually attacked by a wild dragon. They were attacked because they were trying to find a cache of old treasure that they had been told existed, but actually ended up being a dragon den. But as he was leaving, he heard a very small noise as they were running away, and realized that they were being attacked by the dragon because they had come upon its nest, and it had little baby dragons. And this is why he is burned, actually grabbed the little baby dragon, who isn't quite one yet. He'll be one in the second moon. So he literally is only a couple months old. And basically he grabbed this newborn dragon. It was actually a hatching egg, right? He heard it kind of like squealing as it was like hatching out of its egg, grabbed on a ship, and has just landed. So like basically as soon as they ran out, he grabbed a ship down here in Castian and took the ship home. Spent quite a bit of his money trading away all of his gear, everything he had. So he starts with nothing because he traded everything away that he had on him in order to get home. So his father, again being Lord William, who is a minor lord who at the time controlled both Dorridge and the Great Cliffs, he come home, he showed his father this dragon, and his father accepted him back into the fold. And knowing that his son was his heir, actually gave Ulric the Grey Cliffs, basically saying, you have a dragon, this is new, you and your brother together could do something great, and I don't want you fighting necessarily. So that is our story. But in getting this dragon, we were horribly burned by its mother. So we do have a dragon, we are horribly burned. We were knighted along the way, right? Like we traveled with a knight, and we are a military engineer. Which we just learned as like going about our business, right? So that is our character, and that's how we're starting. We have, Fire Hearth is actually a really nice place to build up our power base. It's got these like northern lands, even though it's very expensive to build here. They have so many baronies in them. It's crazy how powerful they can be. Perfect chance to play tall. We'll do a mixture of tall and wide, right? These play-alongs these like playthroughs are always a lot more fun to watch when there's stuff going on. And aside from that, what I do want to get into is the type of gameplay we're going to be doing just before I jump in, which is very roleplay heavy. So I do want people to understand that this is going to be a role-playing game. We're going to really lean in. And as part of that, the mods that I'm running add this additional lifestyles along with so we have 2 perks already in leadership, and then we have started in Vanguard and Commander, mostly because of his age. So we also have the education trees here. We're also running with my mod that allows, it is out there, but it hasn't been updated, but basically if I take a squire, the training happens in the background. I don't have to do the interactions and all that. It just will tell me that my squire is being trained. So that's nice. We don't have to worry about that. And finally, I'm running with a personal mod. So this isn't out there. I like using more interactive vassals, but I didn't want to use it for the playthrough just because the wards get so big, which is fun individually. But I wanted this to be really personal. So I've got an override mod taking place right now where if I ally with people, allies don't fight with you. So just because you're allied to someone does not mean that you can call them into war. Instead, the alliance, if you can call your family in, you can call, if you have a guardian and their parent is a lord, then you can call them in because they're going to fight to help keep their child safe. If you have a hostage, you can call the family in because, again, they're going to fight to keep their child safe, right? And that is rooted in the lore of like Dorne fighting on the side of the Mad King Ares because of right? I forget how to say her name. Elia? I think it's Elia. And her children, right? Rhaegar's children being kept as hostages in King's Landing. So Dorne fought on their side. So that's what we're trying to replicate. Also, I want to really lean in to, instead of like giving lands away to random people, I have to give them to my vassals. I have to give them to people who liked me, because I can also call any vassal to war who has a 75 plus opinion of me. So if I have a vassal and they're over 75 opinion, they will join the war. And finally, what the special mod is doing is, let's say, also you can call in friends, best friends, things like that. Let's say that I do somehow become best friends with Dorne, because in the start, Dorne is independent. If somehow I was best friends with Dorne and I attacked, let's say, Karhold for the duchy, and I called Dorne in, what the game is going to look at is the rank of who I'm calling in, and if they're a foreign invader. So for instance, if I called another Lord Paramount into the north. So, well, first of all, if I attacked the Grey Cliffs, so a county, and I called in White Harbor, if I was best friends with White Harbor, and I called them into a county to county war, so if I was attacking Grey Cliffs, then, and I called White Harbor, Karhold would join, because that's a foreign ruler, a foreign duke coming into his land, so he would join as a defender because I called in a foreign army. Also, if I was attacking Grey Cliff Point or Karhold and I called in Dorne, then the Lord, or if I called in the Westernlands, then the North would get involved. The Starks would join as a defender because I've called a foreign Lord Paramount, so equal to their rank, into the war. And then if I called Dorne as an independent ruler, then the North would join and the Iron Throne would join, because I have called it a foreign army into the Iron Throne shores and into the North Shores. So keep that in mind. We can't scam and kind of use the ally system, which is how most expansion goes. We actually have to build up our support among our vassals and our support among, friends and our family and things like that, which is more lore friendly, right? So that's what we're really going for here, and building up our own lands. So getting started, we need, first thing we need to do is we need to get married. And this is another thing, marriages, things like that. Like if we marry off courtiers, they have to be married to people close by. We can send out like we can hire people into our court, but we can't just randomly call someone from Dorne who's this great steward. That doesn't make sense from a roleplay perspective, so we're not going to do that. So I am going to be looking for, and so like for instance, why would someone all the way down in the Stormlands want to marry someone, right? So let's see, he's down there. So this is relevance. Let's see, rank. Okay, let's do relevance. And let's find someone nearby. So the maidens, way down there. This may take a little while. To find someone. Let's see, a Lothar. Man, these people are so far away. This is unfortunate. And we're also not going to marry like lowborns and stuff like that. So let's look around and let's see if we can find. So she's 15. Well, let's marry the Karstarks. That might make sense, right? So let's go ahead and marry this makes sense. So let's do they won't join. Patrilineal, your low legitimacy, relative close family tiers. Man, that's unfortunate. If I promise a grand wedding. No. So he's not gonna accept. That is unfortunate. She is 45, too old. Well, let's see if we can find someone else. Click around here. That's his heir, so he would never do that. No. Trying to find a wife can be difficult. What about Malene? Arranged marriage. So he would accept. That's fine. So we're going to marry into the knots. Okay, so let's go ahead and accept that. Very nice. Oh, and our maester's here. Very good. And our Karstarks want to put us on the council. Very nice. So an alliance has been formed, but again, that doesn't mean that we can call them into anything. I do, though, want to go ahead and maybe we can try to start... don't think we can offer to be her guardian. Oh, he would accept. She is Northern Clan, and we're Northmen. That's okay. We can leave Northern Clan. Covenant of Faith. Veteran Adventurer. Okay. So we're going to bring her to our court, so she's already in our court. That'll be nice. There is a tournament I think we should go to. We can create an accolade. We can station men-at-arms. So this is we did have these swordmen. These are basically the men who survived, which you can see not very few of them survived, but we told them to start rebuilding their regiment, so they're going to be doing that for us. We don't have very much money, but that's okay. We need to build something to start making money. So 0.13, 0.06. Man, there is not a lot of money to be made. 0.13 hunting grounds. So let's go ahead and do 165, 0.18. Let's go ahead and do this. I think it's the cheapest. And it'll get construction time less. And then no lifestyle chosen. You know, I think I actually want, because I want the befriend scheme. We're already very powerful, but we are, now that we've landed, we've taken this approach that, yeah, we probably actually need to shift our focus a little bit. So, and we also need to have children because, you know, we are older. So let's go ahead and do family focus, and we're going to go down the befriend scheme, which makes sense. So let's go ahead and start swaying him. Very nice. I do like this new UI. It's nice that we can see who it is. And let's go ahead and get these people assigned. So we actually don't have very high. Let's see, he is 12. Oh, we can do an admiral though. Okay, so he'll be there. 11 here. And then we'll put our guy there. And then, wow, 17. 19, 14, and we don't have a court chaplain. Okay. That's unfortunate. Let's go. We can, like I said, we can marry off courtiers if they are close by. So, our brother is one of our captains. So let's go to adult, marital status, unmarried. So she is unmarried, so they have to be close by. They are all in the north, so that's good. She is lowborn, so we're going to want someone who is also lowborn. And he is available, and he's not that far. He is in the north, so since he's in the north, we will bring him in. Let's see if there's anyone a little bit closer to us, right? Because, like I said, we don't want them really, really far away, because that doesn't make sense. Okay, so he's actually really close to us. He does have pretty low stats, but he is close by, so it'd be a lot easier, realistically, to bring him in than someone else. Yeah, so like I said, we gotta be realistic and the people we bring in. So he's not too far away, but I feel like that's a little gaming just because he's intelligent. When this guy is so much closer, so it's gonna be him. All right, and then Robin is also gonna get married. I'm sure, I know I just clicked on these people. Like, look how far away he is. Like, there's no way. Just these people are so far. Okay, so this guy's really close. So we're going to bring him in. And then Our mother can also marry. He's pretty close. Dennis is also very close, though. Malador... Is Ryan... Malador is closer than Ryan is. Malador is right down here, which is actually... I think he's closer, Malador is. So, Rob... Oh no, look how close Everett is. So we're going to bring in Everett as well. All right, so let's go look at our council now. We should be able to... We'll assign... Mark. All right. And then, so let's put on foreign affairs, actually domestic affairs to make our vassals like us more. Put him on gold. We need him on, actually, let's get development up. And then train commanders. We'll do disrupt schemes, protect trade. And then let's start fabricating, because we are, this is the thing, let's look at this really fast. All right, we are brave, gregarious, and ambitious. So once we found this dragon, right, we're friends with people, we like to interact with people, things like that. So that's why we're, one of the reasons we're switching to diplomacy is because we know what it takes to befriend people, we know what it takes to make friends, so we're definitely trying to do that. Like, we were educated by a maester until we ran away in our teen years, so we're not an uneducated person, right? But really we are more of a warrior than anything else. An okay military leader. But our diplomacy is not bad. We know what it takes to be a to be a leader. We were educated. And once we got the dragon, we knew that we'd be hunted down very quickly if we didn't control our own lands. So from that perspective, we came, but we are still very ambitious. And our house has kind of been stuck on this shore. And you can see, like, there's not really a lot here. Like, it's a very barren place. And we've seen the world, right? We've seen Bravos. We've seen Pintos. We've seen Tyrosh. We've seen Mir. We've been to Lys. We've been to Slaver's Bay, to Karth. Like, we've seen these amazing places. And we now, being back in the north, very much want to build something amazing up here. We did name our land Firehearth, by the way, just because of having a dragon, and we do have a personal set of arms that we've set up of a dragon as well. So we're not telling people we have a dragon. We're figuring that people probably know that, but you know, that's okay. Our gold should be fine once we stop reinforcing. But I do want to get this development up, so we'll let that run down a little bit. We are going to, let's see, we have some agree to become commander, meditate at a werewood, recruit, invite captains, become an adventurer. Okay, we're not going to be doing any of those things. Those are all turned off. Very good. Make sure that we know when we can train for a tournament. Commission legend artifact. You have no antiquarian. You must have completed a legend. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and... Oh, I thought there was a tournament, but I guess there's not. That we can see. Maybe I was just saying we could host a tournament, which we don't really want to do. Let's create an accolade. Dennis could be Valiant, which would give us army damage, which is nice. Or a Charmer. You could also be an Outrider to give us light cavalry. We don't really want light cavalry in the north. Mercenary higher cost or a Charmer. Kind of makes sense, but I don't think so. Robin would be a tactician, martial lifestyle experience. Valiant again. Or a fanatic. No, we don't want that. Or Alania, tactician, stalwart, travel safety, disciplinarian, levy reinforcement, or a thug. Okay, I think we're gonna go with Valiant, so we're just gonna go with Dennis. And this is gonna be the northern flame. All right. Oh, that didn't actually change. The northern flame. Very nice. And this is reinforcing, so our goat should be fine after we finish reinforcing. Let's unpause and let things happen. So she is coming. That's very nice. I can negotiate an alliance. He won't accept because of my low legitimacy. Oh, no. That's all right. We can get legitimacy different ways, so we'll try to do that. How can I host him as honored guest? Very nice. A mind to mold once she's settled in. Right. We'll host him as an honored guest. It does lair our piety, but it makes us like us more. He still won't accept. Okay. But we can get, it will increase his opinion, so I think that'll be okay. And then hire lead. Okay, so are we on his? Yes, we are. So we're the master at arms. Our father is the admiral. He has no spy master. Very nice. And oh yeah, we want him to start. Drop hold is here, so start going on drop hold. His family does not hold any lands. He does not have any relationships. He doesn't have any friends to call on. He could call on his vassals. Neither one of them would join him. And of our vassals, when any of our vassals join us in war, they would not. So I need to start improving my vassal opinions of me, so that they'll join me in war. Who's my larger vassal? Military strength. So he has 141 soldiers. That will make a difference right now. Though my army is bigger than his army, and he has no men-at-arms, whereas I do have men-at-arms. My dragon is tiny, so it won't be fighting with us. And also because it's a baby, we haven't tamed it. We've only bonded with it. And we can't tame it, right? So Greyfire, and Greyfire is named, we named Greyfire that because of the Grey Cliffs, right? So, and because it's a Grey Dragon, it all works. So not a lot going on. We're gonna have to wait for some things to happen. These things are too expensive to host. I took Melina out playing with a bow, and to my surprise, she ran into a wounded deer. So she is calm, vengeful, ambitious, and sadistic. I do not want her to be sadistic. I don't want her trying to kill me later. Intrigue, prowess. Should be, her diplomacy would go down. Her intrigue would go up. Stress gain would go up. Being paranoid. Intrigue. Maybe she is just sadistic. Hopefully she doesn't kill me. She is getting a stewardship education, which is nice. So hopefully, even though she is sadistic and vengeful and ambitious, I mean, if she helps me out, right, that could be nice. Okay, we are up to 0.6 now. That should mean that our soldiers are reinforced. They are. We're going to have money for this thing, though. We do slowly want to take all the lands around Karhold. He holds, I believe he holds, so he holds these two. And then this is held by his brother. So he, I believe, how are they related? I don't really know how they're related. I make sure fear and exhilaration spreads like wildfire through the harbors and merchant guilds. Lenora has managed to claim the Grey Beast. Sea Smoke. Nice. That's a canonical dragon. So let's see how they're related. House Karstark. Yeah, so we have Lord Rickon, Lord John. Wait, that's his son? Oh, I just completely missed that. Yes, his son owns this. So if we attacked him, he would be able to call his father in to help him. So probably not going to do that. Lord Godwin was not swayed, and I did gain some stress, but that's okay. Tending the heart tree, my gardening staff has recently been working on the godswoods in my keep. They've mulched the flower beds, planted new flowers, trimmed the hedges, and have generally improved the godswood, making it reminiscent of a small grove. But the gardening staff have come to me with a request to spruce up the weirwood heart tree that stands proud over the entire godswoods. The gardeners tell me that they'll only beautify it, pruning the branches and roots, but I'm wary of any potential damage to it. After all, what kind of northerner lets his heart tree fall into ruin? What can go wrong? I don't want to risk it. I'll let the most experienced gardeners handle it. Oh, let's go up to our courtiers. We're gonna put that on advanced research, so that our lifestyle experience is faster. Caravan is for army movement. We'll need that later. Let's see, dread gain, diplomacy per level of fame for a master of art. We just don't have the gold for this stuff, right? So we will pull these things in once we need them, but right now it doesn't make sense. Because we just don't have the gold. That would, like, be all of our gold. And we're gonna need that gold for this claim. And we can't have 2 holdings, so that's good. And I don't want to take, well, constructing a castle would be 718. So can't really afford that for a while. And these are both just cities. If I have enough gold, I may do the mod to convert these into castles. We'll see, because that would be kind of fun to be able to, like, build this up, but maybe we'll leave it as cities as well. This one has a second castle though, so that might be something we look at. To make Lord Gawain more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. I'll be sure to mention his, let's see, he is wrathful, just, and lazy. Soaring ambition. Unshakable faith. Relentless courage. I don't really know. I think maybe courage. Speed up a little bit. Oh, this is almost done. All right, see it done. We lose 84 gold. Now we need to wait. Of course, it's gonna tell me it's in debt because it's a new PC. All right. All right, we're already out of debt. Very nice. Now we just need to save up a little bit of gold because of the cost of going to war. So let's go ahead and speed up because we don't have a lot going on. Riddles are a beloved pastime among the Northmen. 2 or more players will exchange increasingly tough problems, often rhyming and steeped in allegory or myth. On one particularly long, lazy day, my mother Barba thinks to challenge me to a game with what must be half the people at court watching. So she touched my speechcraft. Most likely I lose. We'll try this one. And she bets me. Of course she did. Oh, we can get married. Very nice. So, it's a proposal. Right, so she shouldn't leave. She is now my spouse. And let's go ahead and put her on manage domain. Gets us 0.1 more gold. We'll take it. Mocking his sensitive soul will shut him up. Social manipulation. The first time it happened, I barely even gave it a moment's thought, but my steward, Master Benfrid, has grown bolder. His challenges no longer pass unnoticed. You get a weak hook on him. You gain 50 diplomacy. He shall have tasks. That didn't work. Now he doesn't like me. Oh my gosh. I'm taking the day off to go ice fishing. Some nearby ponds have frozen over, and I've decided it will be a nice stress reliever to get out in the wild. As I throw my fishing line into the water, I hear creaking and cracking. It immediately dawns on me. The ice beneath me is cracking. I let I leap from my seat and try to run, but I feel the frigid water at my feet. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I gained treated, but he healed me, so that's nice. And she is pregnant. Very good. Hopefully we'll have a son. Let's go ahead and train for a tournament. Let's see. And I gained a prowess from that. Very nice. All right. Let our gold build up a little bit more before we go to war. It should be a very quick war. Though I don't have any siege equipment. How big is this? It's just a fort level of 2. That is unfortunate. What would... Ooh, 60 for this. Yeah, that's expensive. Let's see. Band of Lost Birds. A wounded and disillusioned free company has arrived at the Great Cliffs. The locals claim to have overheard talks of settling down after pillaging an easy target and have begun to grow anxious. Tensions are high. All Albetta. Implore them to leave. Offer them a position. You lose 20. Force them out. Oh, man. Garrison size goes down. Holding taxes goes down. 50% each. Wow. I don't have 20 gold. I gained 150. Very nice. Wait, what? Have I been legitimized? Bastard founder trait. Wow, we have changed to a new house. I've never seen that automatically happen before. That is interesting. I guess because he had a son? I've never seen that automatically happen, but I guess it's because we have a son of our own and we were a bastard, so like we have to be... I bet it's because we have to have our own house in order to, for him to be able to inherit, right? So, yeah, he can be Byron. That's fine. Let's actually go ahead. Oh, diplomacy perk. Very nice. Befriend. And then he's at 80, so we're going to stop this scheme. And then we're going to try and befriend him so that he'll come and help us in wars. 4 odds. All right. Well, hopefully that improves. Let's see, our son. Oh, he's not a giant. He's not strong. That's unfortunate. So we'll leave him uneducated right now until we know what he's going to be. What is Dormund's? They are freedom at last. So let's do... For our foes, the flames. There we go. And then we are going to be Greyfire. House Greyfire. Lord Ulric of House Greyfire. Very nice. Okay. You became the dynasty head because we're stronger than our dad is. Very nice. Traveling Maester. Yeah, you can definitely come and hang out in my halls, man. You're a cool guy. You're a cool guy. While walking the corridors of my keep today, I ran into my guest, Joran, and began speaking with him. During our conversation, I noticed that he had a link of lead on his chain. I brought this up to him and we began talking about it. He thinks me a fool. Whatever. He's 17 and 12. What is our current maester? He's just Oh, did he leave? Yeah, he left. He said, I'm out of here. You're a loser. It's all fine. Negotiate alliance. Our father finally wants an alliance. Sure. I mean, he would already come join us before, but that's fine. Let's see. I've heard good things about you, and I am interested in starting a written conversation. Who's this guy? Of Massey's Hook. I'm just gonna frame it. A friend scheme failed. Oh no. It's unfortunate. Can we try again? Until the 17th and 140, so 30 years. So, no. So that's fine. Let's see. Why don't we instead start to befriend... Let's sway him, because he's our stronger vassal. Oh, they're both pretty strong. And he has +8, so actually, let's sway him. Right. We're up to 27 gold, 28. We're almost ready, I think, to go to war. You gain rubbing out, say, ice fishing again. During a walk, at least I didn't die ice fishing. During a walk through my domain, I come upon some frozen ponds. When the temperature is warmer, these are usually a great spot to go fishing. But it seems that even the colder climate has not deterred some small folk from trying their luck with ice fishing. It looks, let's see. It looks like they've punctured some holes. I lost where I was. I was distracted by myself to reach the water beneath the thick ice. I walk closer and take a look at their catches and equipment. They quickly notice me and immediately strike up a conversation about how well stocked the ponds are. One man even tells me he is here with his young son who has never been fishing before. Rubbing elbows with the small folks. Vassal opinion goes down. I'm gonna get that either way. It's just for 2 months though, so yeah. That's fine. Another Daemon has got a dragon. So yeah, that went down, but that should go away pretty soon. Where are you from? Way down here. Yeah, not too worried about that. Wildling raids. I shall hunt the raiders down myself. Let's see. If I do it at 66, if she does it, that's 84. Robin, you go handle it. Robin is lucky to have survived. Uh-oh. 70% nothing happens. 20% Robin gains melancholic. She's already wounded. And Grey Cliffs is devastated. She had an 80-something% chance, and she failed. Ugh. The blue... Wow, a lot of bad stuff is happening. Let's actually go ahead and put him on collect taxes. And then the snow has fallen constantly since the hour of the wolf. As I see my steward enter my throne room, I know the discussion will detail the effects of the blizzard on my hold. We could offer shelter and food to those caught in this weather, but doing so will disrupt the work going on in the hold. I lose 20, and we gain protect the hold. Garrison size, popular opinion goes down. I don't have 50. Do nothing. Tyranny, gain, popular opinion. Oh, you know, we still got to go to war though. Like, we'll give it a couple minutes on speed 5 to refill a little bit, but what is this Liberty War? Well, they're getting wiped out, so it doesn't matter. Oh, see, this is where it happens because this guy was down here, or over here, was fighting a Liberty War, but because he called in... Wait, who did he call in? Attackers, defenders, so he's the attacker. Did he call in a family member? Well, he called in someone who then got these other people involved. But I'm not sure who, so... Anyway. Let's let this speed up a little bit, and... Very nice, he's up to 37. Ooh, what did he gain? He gained charming, diplomacy, and intrigue. So we're going to put him on diplomacy, that's fine. And then we're gonna say educate. So we need someone with high learning and good diplomacy. So this is 17 and 10. This is 32 and 7. But the learning has a lot to do with it. 12 and 10. And he is fickle, arrogant, gregarious. Yeah, we're going to put him on there. Just because he has such high learning. We'll see if that helps. And we do need... Alright. Let's rebuild our money just a little bit. Okay, diplomacy. Confidants. Each friend adds -5 stress gain. Heart of the family. Close family opinion goes up. Sway phase. 20 days faster per scheme. Monthly prestige. Thoughtful. Opinion gain from sin gift. I don't think we can switch. Oh, we could switch. I think I do want to switch. So we'll do Heart of the Family. I think. Sway. Monthly prestige per dread. Opinion gain from sin gift. So we're going to do Heart of the Family. And then I think we're going to switch back to prowess and do this. Prowess +3. Or we could do just martial. Because our martial could be higher. I think Robin is... She's 18. And we're 15. So we could lead our own men, which we want to do. So I do think we're going to switch now over to martial for a little while. Let's see. Commander modifier +5. Attraction. We'll do just martial +3. Okay, we'll start doing that. We'll refill just a little bit, and then we'll go to war. Your steward, Master Menfeld, has slain my sister in a dishonest brawl. My steward killed the Princess of Dorne? Oh my god. You pay 10, you spend 75. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll pay for... I can't believe he killed the Princess of Dorne? What is happening? That is insane. My Marshal Robin has been showing off a promising new recruit. Cregan Hooten. Yeah. Welcome, Cregan. You're really dumb. I don't even know what that, like, would have sounded like talking to him, but... Today's a chilly but otherwise nice day. I've taken a few hours to myself to walk around some of the smaller settlements near my keep, taking in nature and simply enjoying the nice day. As I'm walking, I come across a frozen pond and see some small folk wondrously skating around on the ice. Their movements are all over the place. Many fall onto the ice, but some are gliding beautifully. Ah, what a pretty sight. 10 stress, or lose 10 stress. 15. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll join them. Okay, so now he is up to 61. We'll wait, because I want to get him up to that 75, so that he'll join me in war. An unworthy challenge. At first, I thought the simple footman a fool for stepping onto the training field. Although Ulric seemed to be no threat at first, it quickly became clear that he would be unable to stop his... He would be unable to stop his wild and vicious strikes from hurting me. Disarming him suddenly became a matter of life and death. I tried not to show my relief when his sword finally hit the ground. Oh, he's really good. Welcome to my knight. Very nice. Ooh, a gentle giant. Wow. He's 7. Oh, maybe I'll wait for him to be 10 before we go to war too. That would be something. The concern was less the wall repairs and more the step beforehand. Ushering a dragon like Greyfire elsewhere, even temporarily, is not a task to be approached lightly. As the craftsman approached, I expected Greyfire to greet them with a territorial snarl. However, he simply lifted his gaze, eyes shimmering with an intelligence that transcended beastly instinct. With a dignified stretch of his wings, I like how he's turning out. Look at that green. That's really cool. And his horns. Oh, man, I love all the horns and the big ridges. Oh, he's so spiky. With a dignified stretch of his wings, he ambled forth, each step deliberate and unhurried, his tail sweeping gently behind. He settled in a new location with a tranquility that eased the tension of the moment. It's not that hard. We want him to be accepting because we do not have the blood of old Valyria. So 63. Oh, nice. We gained 20 more. Someone is trying to murder Sandeman. That's unfortunate. See, we're 47. Our dragon is 8. You can see it's just speeding 5 on 5 because of my new computer and because we're early in the game. So I'm willing to do the speed 5 because we don't have a lot going on. In this early in the game, we kind of need things to like go by because there's just not a lot to do. We're up to 1 gold. But we do have still protect the hold and okay. So, you know, I think with my dad, because he has 638, I wonder if we should, I think we're going to do some battering rams, 0.4 a day. Let's do these just so we'll have a set and then let the gold refill a little bit and then we'll attack. Blood on the snow. It comes from nowhere, hitting me clean in the temple. I didn't even see the projectile coming, much less try to dodge, and for a moment I stagger blinded. A sharp peal of giggles rings out behind me, and I whirl. Byron rises from his hiding spot, another snowball already clutched in his vicious little hand. Good shot. Come here, you little rascal. Oh no, you got me. Let's see. He gains 20% on me. 40. I mean, it's already 100. So we'll do the first one. Very nice. And then once this gets to 75, we'll also switch to seducing our wife, who really needs to be pregnant again. The wildlings in the tower. A wildling raiding party that my men and I have been tracking has taken up refuge in an abandoned watchtower. The tower itself is barely standing, and the walls held together more so by ages of vines climbing the stones than the original mortar. Still, the wildlings managed to fortify the entrances and place a few archers on the upper levels. For the north. And I didn't die. Sometimes you can die from that, which is very scary. Oh, I got a martial perk, so Bellum Justin will go down. Serve the crown. Yeah, let's lower the cost of going to war. So if we go to war, now it'll cost us 60 instead of 120, which is nice. My spy master is, it is certain that my marshal Robin. She currently likes me a lot. Accuse me of scheming in prison. Okay, well, I will expose her and then pardon her, because I don't have anyone to replace her. Oh, tells, my gait slows as I approach her room. I fancy I can hear a voice. Yes, there it is. I spy my mother, Barba, grandly holding her grandchild, Byron, enraptured with the story. I listen in as well, catching only stray passages. Barba is recounting some tales from a life well lived, and the stories of times both new and old clearly rings very true with Byron, whose mouth hangs agape. 50% chance that his learning increases. You gain elder advice. You lose 5 stress. He did not. He did not do that. Okay, so Master Wayne he has 89, so we'll be able to call him. The artist inspiration. A man arrives at my court today claiming to be an artist. He states to have been struck by the beauty of my land and wishes to stay. All right. The artist inspiration. The artist was gone this morning. He did not let anyone know he had left. I walked into the room he had used as a studio for the first time. It was humbled by a painting dedicated to the gods. I was stunned for a few seconds before I realized it was a painting of the temple to the gods in my hold. Oh, I will be selling that. I mean, I'm not a super religious man, right? I've traveled all over the world, and that's 50 extra gold, which means that it's time for us to go to war. So our dragon is 9. He will be 10 on the second moon, which is very soon. So let's let that go up. Let's let's go ahead and... I mean, we can wait a second, right? She's 24. This is 199 days. Yeah, we'll let that finish, just to get it to 100. Okay. Is he 10? He is 10. We're gonna try to tame him. Nice. I feel the rough and smooth stroke of Greyfire scales beneath my palm, the heat of his body warming my hand. As I pet him, I feel our bond solidify. I think he can tell that we should be bonded because of the fact that, you know, his mother burned me. Without prompting, he lowers his head and nudges me to stand. I oblige, but he remains lowered, inviting me. I accept your offer, Greyfire. Very nice. We are now bonded, and we will be using him. And let's see. Turn this off. Ride Greyfire. Lead the way, Greyfire. So you lose 20 stress, and you gain 2 trade experience in Dragon Bond, or 10 trade experience. We will be doing 10 trade experience. Very nice. And it is now time for war, folks. This is going to be pretty amazing. We'll let this run down. Let's see, Micken. Very nice. So we get another captain. So that was good too, because our captains are all the way up. A slippery slope. Pa, shouts Byron directly into my ear. My eyes open reluctantly, one at a time. That's one way to wake up, I suppose. The small child next to my bed is positively vibrating with excitement, clutching mittens in an expensive wooden platter. It's snowing outside. Gains 50% of you. Oh yeah, we'll play with him. I mean, that's fine. Sway, a misunderstanding. He lost 10% of me. But he still has 100. Okay, so we got him to 100. That's great. So now we need to go to our wife, and we need to seduce. Very nice. 95% chance. Excellent. And then it is time for war. We have 74 gold. Declare war. Your claims. My allies are not all going to join because he does not like me, so he's not going to join. My father will join, though, because he is my... So we won't have this many soldiers. So we're going to declare war. Your personal arms will be used for your landed titles. Yes. And then... So we changed our... Raise all our men. And now you can see we can call in our dad. And Master Wayne. And we will be using our dragon. Right? Forget where you see this at. High quality. Levies. One acclaimed knight. 6 captains. Leading own soldiers. I don't see where it says... Let's see. This is just for your liege's captain or commander. So I guess they changed that. We're turning that off. Doesn't stop you from leading your own, which used to happen. And then... No, he can join right now. So I guess it'll probably just kick in once we can go. He raises his troops. Very nice. So we have Novice Dragon's army support plus 30. So we do have it. Let's lower this down. So, yep, plus 36. Very nice. And we already won. We didn't even have to siege anything. That is excellent. Disband all. And close these out. And let's look at how we did. We killed 713. And we... Oh, I dismissed it. Sorry. Station men at arms. Let's go ahead and station these here. What do they have in the drop hold? Only log forts. So let's go ahead and Nothing we can build. We're gonna have to wait for some gold. That's fine. But did we get rid of our... Oh, we need a... This is strange. I think this is a bug with AGOT still, that it shows the domicile tile when it shouldn't, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and pin Greyfire and then also our sun. Very nice. And we can see that Grey Cliffs is up to 1.66 and 0.06. So once we refill the military back up to 1, that's because unraised men-at-arms is 0.5. We have to pay taxes and then expenses to court positions. You know what I'm going to do? A hand on her hand would say it all. We are alone, and I will not deny myself. Very nice. So that's going along. Let's actually change before this is going to be the last thing. Let's modify our vassal. I want to lower our taxes, so we'll actually want war declaration. We can still fight right now, though. Lord John. He has limited crown authorities. I don't think he's going to 3 anytime soon. Let's go to 2. And then let's... I don't think... Yeah, we can't change our vassals' contracts because they don't... Because they're all barons. And I don't want to change mine yet either until... So I want to take this stuff. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I can get one more. So go ahead and take this. We want both eventually. We may just have to be one over. All right, so that's our first episode, a little over an hour. They're going to be, 30, 35, 40 minutes max after this, but that's fine. Last thing I'll show you is my special model that I just added in my last update to cow-agot of the gray mod for the Karstarks, based after this image I found online of the castle. So that was my inspiration, and that's what we ended up with. I think it fits pretty good for the area. A little different. So yeah, that's the special castle. And anyway, I will see you all next time. Thank you for playing along with us. Bye all.